Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back to Basically Adulting. Today is a very special day. Do you want to tell them why?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what's with the pause?
We have a very special guest with us today.
Her name is Haley. Oh, that was your cue to be like, say your name, but I'll say it for you.
I thought y'all were introducing me.
This
our bad.
This is what your introduction was. You say her name. Her name is Haley Perry, everybody. Everybody say hi. Yay!
Yay!
Round of applause. This is Haley Perry. Welcome, Haley. How are you today?
Good. Thank you, everyone.
This is Haley's first time ever being on a podcast, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm
Are you nervous?
Palms are sweaty.
Oh my
All right. Take a little drink.
Yeah,
Let's do a cheers.
Well, cheers. Yay.
That was a terrible cheers, but that's okay. Such a sad cheers.
We got mimosas today, guys.
Yes, we're recording on a Sunday. Louise and I have been very productive today, I feel like.
I've been. We made 4 TikToks, guys.
Yeah, it took us a very long time, but we still haven't put them together. We've literally just made the recordings, which is half the battle. So, yeah, we did that. We had brunch. I made a charcuterie board for us. YouTube people,
if you're watching us.
Oh, God.
Almost
I
just
think y'all
spilled
said that
everything.
in sync.
Oh, God. So something that we like to do, Haley, is talk about, like, before we really kind of get into the nitty-gritty, is to talk about our positives and our negatives of
The week,
the day, literally the year. It could be anything. So, Louisa, do you want to start?
I'll go first.
We can kind of go down the line.
Okay, so my positive that I think I kind of touched on last week was I got to work from home Thursday and Friday.
Woo!
Thank you, Snowmageddon 2022. Mm-hmm. And my negative is I'm battling with long COVID symptom of insomnia. I can't sleep. I have to take at least like 8 melatonins for me to really like.
Oh my God! Are you okay?
Our eyes just were like,
I can't sleep for longer than 2 hours.
Me either.
Maybe just drink a bottle of wine.
That's what I was thinking. Because
Yeah,
I was like, on Tuesdays when I get home.
Just take that big old black box over there and just slap the bag before you go to bed.
Before you go to bed.
I mean, I've never tried CBD, but I heard that helps too.
I heard smoking marijuana helps. I'm not really sure.
Right. Well, I might have to look into that.
Okay.
But that is my positive and negative.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. Snaps
for Lisa. All right, Haley, your turn.
Okay. So my positive of the week was, well, I finished moving into my new place and turned in my keys to my old place.
That's exciting, and you live super close to me now, like 8 minutes away.
I know, yeah. So that's
I know. She sent me a screenshot of like the maps.
So
it was only
nice.
8 minutes.
So she knew I was actually on the way.
I know when I said 8 minutes, I was like, she's really 8 minutes away.
Oh my God.
And then my negative, I guess, from what you said, Snowmageddon, that knocked me out 2 weeks, and now I have to add in those appointments for next week. So.
Damn.
Yeah,
Snowmageddon really kicks Texas's butt because nobody knows what the fuck they're doing on the road. Businesses shut down. Literally,
like the whole state just shut down this year.
Everyone's like, okay, 2 snow days. Like, it's like we're in school again. Like, we should have at work, like, just built-in snow days. Like, we have sick days and vacation.
Yeah.
We should have, like, a week of snow days.
I think, well.
And then if you don't use them, you don't use them. Like, who cares? But they're, like, just built into the business.
Yeah, that would be smart.
I don't know.
But I think a lot of companies are like, you guys can work from home now.
That's very true.
So
I did work from home Thursday and Friday. That was a perk. I didn't leave my house for like 2+ days.
Me either.
I didn't leave my house for the first time since yesterday. From Wednesday to Saturday. That's like 3 days. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday night, I went to the store, and there was literally nothing. Yeah. Like, I went to go get popcorn, because I was like, if I'm going to be stuck at home, right. I really need popcorn.
I agree. I did eat some popcorn while I was home, too.
Yeah, that's, like, my favorite snack. I could eat it for dinner, lunch, dinner, whatever.
Breakfast,
maybe not breakfast. Maybe brunch. Not, 11 o'clock.
A matinee, maybe.
Yeah. So I literally just went to Walmart to get popcorn and wine, because I was like, obviously, I need some wine. And the lines were ridiculous.
I told you when I stopped by on Tuesday.
I know.
I texted Erin.
I didn't believe you.
Because I wanted to go pick up wine for us to record on Tuesday, and I texted. I was like, pure chaos. It's pure chaos. The lines were insane because Walmart has all self-checkout now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there were people with like overflowing carts doing self-checkout.
Well, I went to did you go to the one right up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too. Actually, no, I went to the one over off of Beltline or Montfort.
Okay.
So not this one by the highway.
Okay.
Anyways, but they actually had people checking people out, and they had like a lot of shit in their carts. And so me and this guy I had maybe 4 things, and this guy behind me had 3. And the people in front of us, our line was just moving super slow, and I was like, surely it's got to be quicker if somebody else is checking out. Like, surely. You know, they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Right, like a worker.
Yeah, a worker. So I was probably standing in this line for 20 minutes, and then there was the 15 items or less line. So I got in that line, and I told the other guy, I was like, I think this line's going to be your best bet, guy. And he was like, yeah. We got to the counter. He's like, yeah, you were right. And I was like, yeah, thanks.
So I got to thinking about that, too. I went to Walmart earlier today, and I had to do self-checkout, but, I mean, I had, like, 25-pound thing of cat litter.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
But some of them actually have the little
that's what I did, but as I was, like, going back to my car and walking out, I was just passing all these 32 checkouts that had nobody there.
Yeah.
And I was with my boyfriend, so I made the comment, like, wow, we really have to do this ourselves now.
Yeah, you're like, I didn't go to college so I could check myself out at Walmart.
Yeah, I'm
not getting paid for
other people to do that, you know.
That's why I go to Walmart.
Well, it's like, I don't get paid for this. Like, you guys you're paying people. Like,
he made the comment in response to what I said and was like, well, maybe, just maybe, they used that money to employ more people to stock the shelves.
No.
I don't believe him.
No. He's wrong.
At the time this morning, I was like, good point. But yet, I'm still like, wait, I don't have any Pringles. You know? Like, where are the fucking Pringles?
Like, there was barely any meat left on the shelves when I went. So,
like, when I went, there was, like, no I talked about this last week. There was nothing. It was ridiculous.
I think everyone was really just freaking out about the snow, which literally only lasted like a day. Yeah. And it's really more the ice than the snow. Like, the snow is nothing. It's really the ice and the freezing rain that people are scared of.
Yeah. But you know about self-checkouts are like popping up everywhere, because I went to Old Navy the other day, and there's self-checkouts there. What? So I was waiting in line, the lady was like, you can self-check out. And I was like, what?
That reminds me, I went to Chili's this week. I don't know if y'all have been to Chili's lately, but so I ordered appetizers and a couple of drinks. Well, when they brought the appetizers out, it came on a rolling cart.
What?
Yes, I'm not even kidding. Like, I have a video.
Like a robot?
Yeah, so the girl that was at the hostess stand behind me, because I was in, like, the first booth. And then, so she came around with the remote, and then on the other aisle.
Are you kidding me?
And it was, and I said, I don't know. Like, what?
What the hell? So we're not going to know how to talk to people.
So it came right up to our table, and she got it off and laid it on the table, but she remote controlled it from, I guess, the kitchen from the front.
That's super annoying.
It probably also has a lot to do with, like, people are just not, like, the service industry has been affected.
That's very true.
Greatly. Yeah, and so, like, they're like, the hostess can control the robot and then, like, drop the food off.
Yeah, they don't need people.
But then it's, like, also the question of, like, when people advance the robot so much that you don't even need the humans in the restaurant.
But that's the thing. I feel like we definitely need the humans.
Trust me, I don't want the robots.
I know, but that's what I'm so mad about. But there are people that are like pro robots.
I know.
You could order from your table, have like a conveyor belt, and then the kitchen just puts it on, and the
like at some of those sushi places. Yeah.
Sushi.
But see,
literally, Asia's always been ahead of us.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
Asia's always been ahead of us.
Yeah, they're just still laughing at us.
I know.
Y'all are just now.
Y'all are struggling over there.
Okay, well, let me think. My positive.
Oh, we're still on that.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot. We got distracted.
I got distracted. My positive. Fuck, I don't know. I worked from home. That was good. Mm-hmm. I literally didn't have any plans yesterday, which was great.
Amen.
Because I know this coming week is going to be super busy, so I literally took advantage, laid on my couch, did whatever the fuck I wanted, didn't answer to anybody. And then negative, I don't know. I have to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one, yeah.
You know, like in the office, like,
ugh,
so
gross.
That goes
I haven't had to interact with my coworkers in a while.
It's been a couple days. I forgot, like, if I like them.
Lock in. Do I like you?
Yeah, I forgot. What's your name again? But
I better be nice to my coworkers. I have some that listen to the podcast, so I do like you guys. The ones that listen to the podcast,
if
I
you're
definitely
listening, I like you.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, I definitely like you.
But so
the other ones,
I was thinking about my negative too with the Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
So since I moved into a new place, Friday was the last day that I could turn in my key to my old place, but it was ice on the ground everywhere.
Oh.
You didn't go anywhere.
I didn't go anywhere.
I didn't go anywhere, no.
I could have, well, actually, Tammy did come over that night, so I think, I honestly didn't even check the roads. I wasn't interested at all. And
I think they were better later in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Because the sun
came out and it melted literally everything.
Yeah.
But early in the morning.
So 12 o'clock, I texted my leasing agent, hey, I need to turn in the key. Can y'all wait till tomorrow? No, it's going to be a late fee. You can A, leave it in the unit and email us, or B, drop it in the Dropbox, but we're not open today. Sorry. So
how are you going to know?
I got on Facebook, and the first thing that popped up was McKinney PD shared the roads. And I took a screenshot and sent it to her, and I was like, I hope I make it to the Dropbox.
Yeah, if I die, it's on you.
Yeah, but like, I don't think that's fair. If they're not open, why should I be required?
How are they going to fucking know?
Right.
If you drop it off on Saturday.
Since it's an electronic key, I got worried if I went the next day, if I went on Saturday, what if I couldn't get it?
You literally just put it in the
I could have put it in the drop. Yeah. But I had freshly new bought cleaning supplies in the unit that I didn't want to leave behind.
Oh, well then.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
I mean, because that stuff adds up. That's the stuff that when you go to Walmart, that's
you don't want to have to run out.
Exactly.
I just saw this meme. It's like when you pay your rent and you have money in your bank, and then you're like thinking that you're ahead of the game, and then it's like, nope, you ran out of shampoo, you ran out of laundry detergent.
Cat litter. Holy moly. Yeah, that's like $50.
Yeah. You're like, whenever you have to buy cat food and cat litter at the same time, you're like, God damn it. Like,
yeah. Wow, where did $80 go? I have more cats than you do.
That's true. I was like, what kind of expensive fucking cat litter are you buying?
Yeah, wow.
That's true. You have like 3 times as cat. 4 times. 4, right? You have 8?
I mean, maybe.
Okay, I have 2. Haley has 8. You have 4 times the cats that I do.
I mean, it's
oh my God.
It sounds a lot crazier than it really is.
You are living in a cat city in your apartment, and you guys are like, it's their town, and you guys are just living in it. Yes. Like,
I'm so honored.
She's the nominated mayor of the town.
Thanks. Whatever y'all want.
I'm here for the people. I mean the kitties.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Would you have to book flights around staying home and watching the cats? It's serious.
I mean, mine can pretty much do they not take care of themselves?
But I mean, they're like children. So, like,
No.
when you leave, are you not like, oh my gosh, let me check the camera and see what they're doing?
No, I don't have a camera. They just do whatever the fuck they want. They're probably drinking all the wine. I literally wrote a book in 5th grade about what the animals do when you leave the house.
This book. Have you read this book?
No, I haven't.
I might have to just do a premium, like a by myself reading of my book for the podcast.
Oh, yes.
Like a for whatever.
Yeah,
I can't.
we know what you're talking about.
Was that like the 5th grade public school writing prompt thing?
Well, they were just like write whatever you want, and then they actually helped.
Mine too.
They actually helped like publish it. They like laminated all the pages. Like we did the drawing, we did the writing,
Nice.
binded it for us. It's at my mom's house somewhere, I'm sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, your mom probably has it stored.
Yeah, she literally has probably
Everything.
a drawing I drew in 2nd grade.
I love that.
A flower or something. I don't know. Yeah, so I wrote a book about that. So I do think about it. Like, what do they do when we're gone? And I really think they just sleep.
Yeah,
They
do.
just sleep and eat and poop.
What?
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes run around.
since we're talking about this, I remember what I wrote about, and I was so.
Did we write about the same thing?
No,
Oh.
I didn't write about a cat, sadly, but I did write.
Well, yeah, they were both cats. Okay.
I wrote about I found a golden egg, and this sounds cliche, but I found a golden egg in the backyard, and I walked up to it. A ticket came out, and then I went to Willy Wonka's chocolate
Oh my gosh,
factory.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh wow, dang! You made me sound like it was like what's next? You know, it's like dun dun.
She's over here like
And it got published. Me and 3 other kids in that grade got in the newspaper for getting perfect scores, and I was one of them.
Wow.
And now
Well, way to
I
just
can't
shit
even,
on my book, Haley.
the point since then, I haven't not been able to use autocorrect since. So it's like, I don't know who was grading that paper, but like, it couldn't have been, I don't know. Like, so
I mean, I'm pretty grammatically correct, I feel like. I studied. They're
Rude.
coming after you. I'm pretty grammatically correct.
Yeah, Erin's very. Oh my
you
god.
made me nervous. I
The
actually
grammar
had to sit here
police.
and think, like, did I do anything?
Did you not hear the siren?
Yeah, but I was like,
You're like, oh shit.
The
are they
grammar
actually-
police.
yeah, what do I need to apologize for? You know?
Like, I really didn't mean to do it. I'm so sorry. No, but I feel like I took that and it brought me to my major,
Yeah,
my career.
probably.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I should thank the teacher.
you probably
See,
should.
and I feel like later on, like, I mean, I did journalism for so long, but now, I mean, I find myself when I text, like, I can't, defiantly.
I think,
and
like,
definitely.
text-
Like, I could never do that without.
Erin
autocorrect.
is like her thing is like your and your.
Yeah, if you spell that wrong, you're cut off.
Yeah,
I feel like I
immediately like blocks you.
Instantly. I'm not even gonna respond. You should just know what you did.
Right. Oh goodness. Well, as y'all can tell, we have a fun episode up ahead.
Yes, so get ready. Put your seatbelts on, or don't. Whatever kind of roller coaster you want to be on. Like, if you want to risk your life, then that's fine. But if you're in the car, you should definitely have your seatbelts on already.
Yes, and if you're at home, pour yourself a glass of wine.
Yeah. If you're driving,
Don't.
I'm just kidding. I was gonna say do it, but then
I was gonna say I'm scared.
Don't. All right.
if you're a passenger, do it.
Yes. Safely.
Roadie. Safely. Just bring the bottle.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Get ready. Okay. All right, Haley. So I've known you for probably 6 months at this point, give or take a little bit.
June, maybe.
Yeah.
June.
No, I don't know. 6 months, give or take a little bit. But you have some crazy stories. So that's why we kind of wanted you to be on the podcast, because I feel like you've kind of, I mean, you're only, what, 24? 23? And I feel like,
God.
yeah.
I told somebody the other day, I was like, no, she's like 24.
Yeah.
But 23 is
I feel like 23 was like
it's very young,
freaking lifetime ago for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I feel like you've experienced so many things that a lot of people don't even experience in their lifetime, and so we're kind of gonna dive into not everything, but kind of just
skim the surface.
Yeah, we're gonna give the people a taste, and we kind of. Well, not kind of. We have some questions for you.
We do.
Nothing to be scared of.
No.
But, so it's going to be really fun. But Haley and I actually met through a mutual friend, and now we run the Dallas Boss Babes together, which is a women's entrepreneurial group. I think I've kind of talked about it briefly a couple of episodes ago. But it's a women's entrepreneurial group that basically encourages women of any business, any industry to just support and encourage and come meet some friends and network with each other. And so we have events every month to kind of network with other people in the Dallas area. And we're looking to expand that in 2020. And that's kind of how 2022.
Wow.
Yeah. 2022.
Yeah.
I've had an issue with, I don't want to say 2022.
Yeah, me either.
But yeah, 2020.
Wow, I feel like it was just 2012. Like, I don't know. I know that's so. Sorry, side note. But when you heard about 2012 being the last year, I feel like that's the last year that I ever prepared myself for anything. I'm still waiting on the world to end.
You had a will written, you had everything.
Wow, the Mayans. It's been a decade since y'all said.
Well, they said that technically 2020 was 2012. Because the way they do the Mayan calendar, some scientific shit,
well, then
technically 2020 was 2012.
So they were right.
I mean, we're still
here, so
they were wrong.
It was really bad.
2020 was pretty bad, yes. You're correct.
It was.
But,
the ground wasn't popping up to the sky, and the world
a lot
didn't
of
go
stuff
underwater.
did happen those first 3 months where it was WTF, what is going on?
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think we have an episode in 2020 that's called RIP January, where there was just a bunch of shit that just happened, and in the
it was Australian fires,
first 4 weeks,
the Australian fires, World War III. Kobe Bryant was in February.
It was February. Oh. But I remember because just this past, it's just February now, but the last week of January, I'd shared something and it had popped up on my Facebook 2 years ago on this day. And it was 2 pictures beside each other. And it was 2 people sitting beside each other talking to each other. And it was fire in the background. It was and that was just January. And then I was holy shit. I shared that. And then it's whoa, everything that's happened. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just crazy what can happen in a year.
Yeah,
with your personal self and with also
the world.
Yeah.
I think 2020 was it was literally only the first 3 months. And it felt like a game of Jumanji because every month it was the hornets, those weird hornet things that were coming to.
You said it weird. Sorry.
I know it sounded weird.
It's past. Go on.
But it was we had Australian fires, we had World War III, we had Kobe Bryant pass away in February, and then come March it was the world just stopped. Yeah, the world stopped.
Yeah, and no toilet paper.
No toilet paper.
That was a big deal at the time, and so
Snowmageddon in February. Oh no, that was
a year later. Yeah,
I don't fucking know what year it is, obviously. So we're here to get to know Haley, not about my knowledge of what year it is. So, basically, we kind of talked to you a little bit about what you wanted to go over, and I know mental health is super important to you, and bringing awareness to that. So I don't know if maybe you want to just give us a little rundown of why and your take on it a little bit, and just the floor is yours.
Yeah, go.
Yeah,
okay.
Go.
Okay, deal. Spotlight. Where should I start?
Literally anywhere you want.
Yeah.
It's your story, and you can, it can literally be, I mean, so the reason why we kind of even brought this up as a topic was because of the Miss USA actually committing suicide. And
what was it, on Monday? Like
it was, very recently.
It was very recent.
I know that you had mentioned that you wanted to bring that up and kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, she was a previous North Carolina pageant queen winner. And I'm from North Carolina, so, I mean, even though I don't know her, I feel like
sort of connection.
Yeah, some sort of connection, because I feel like that's just like the South or the state or your home state where you're from. Like, I feel like everybody from North Carolina knows everybody from North Carolina. So it doesn't matter if they're a beauty queen or Governor Roy Cooper or whoever. Like, it just feels like, somebody knows. I mean, even I met somebody back in the day that, before I moved to Texas, that taught elementary school in Eastern North Carolina where I grew up, and her cousin or uncle or something was the governor, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cool, like watching him on TV. And it's like, it just goes,
everyone is connected.
Connected. And so it's just crazy to see that somebody like so important or have had, I think for everybody else, for me it wasn't so shocking, because when you're aware that stuff actually goes on, it's like, okay, like when I saw that she passed, I was really upset about it, and I was like, wow, I can't believe it. But when I read the vlog about what her mom said, and that her mom knew that she was like, having depression and experiencing some stuff outside of the stuff that she was really proud of herself. Like, she didn't want to leave the house. She didn't want to talk to anybody. And like, if you've experienced stuff like that before, like, it's not shocking to you when it's like her last picture on Instagram was like, her caption was pretty much to be set free or whatever, however it said. And so, like, if that's how she felt, like, especially me, and that's why mental health is so important, because I've felt that bad before. So it's like, if you're not aware of
signs.
Yeah, if you're not aware of the signs or how it makes you feel, or like that
or
you're
experiencing it before.
Yeah, like, I think that's the thing. People that, like, my boyfriend isn't really accustomed to anxiety or growing up around it. So dating me in October of 2020, like, I was diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder. And even in high school, like, growing up, like, I wanted to see a therapist and I wanted to talk to people. Like, my parents pretty much thought like that wasn't the way to go, or pretty much like, oh, if you see a psychiatrist, you're a psych patient. I think that's how it correlates.
Like, it's just all in your
head.
It's
a very taboo topic with the older generation, for sure.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. And then even now it's like, I can talk to y'all about it, but that's why it's so important, because just knowing that who to lean on and who you can trust, because you don't know. And one day I might be telling my parents, like, this is what's wrong with me, but then a 15, 16-year-old girl, where they're like, oh, you'll get over it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's just hormones, you're fine.
And then it's like, you're 23 and you're like, how do I get out of bed today?
Still haven't gotten over it.
Right.
So
I think I was your age when I hit probably like one of my like darkest points. And I did not leave the house. I didn't do anything.
Right.
And it's like, looking back at it now, I'm like, it's actually pretty scary.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, anywhere between, the 20 and the 30s, I think, is the hardest years for anybody, really.
Well, yeah. And it's also a part of figuring stuff out, and how you handle things, and how you process things, and how you process stress, and how you handle hard situations, and like cope with things. Like, that's big. Like, life happens every single day, and like hardships happen all the time, and no one teaches you how to act,
right?
And how you should cope with it, and how you should properly process, and everyone is just expected to be like, okay, yeah, that happened, like,
just get over it.
I'm gonna get over it, and I'll be fine. And a lot of people aren't. A lot of people can't, like, fucking
just get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot a lot of people don't, like, they have anxiety. They don't even know that they have it.
Right.
Because they've always just been like, I'm fine. And
yeah, because that's what they've been told their whole life.
Yeah.
You're fine.
You're fine.
You're good. And that's what they tell themselves.
It's just a bad day. It's just a bad day.
Yeah, and that's what they tell themselves. It's like, I'm fine. Like, it'll be okay. And it is. It always is. It will be eventually. But you have to, like...
have time to process that
you don't
certain
know,
emotion.
Like, no matter how the person is feeling, like, okay, like Miss USA or previous Miss North Carolina, Cassie or whatever, like, she has had so many good things that have happened in her life, but, you know, that's even going for, like, day-to-day stuff. Like, I'm not going to post on my Instagram grid when I'm, like, sitting in my car
Crying,
sobbing your eyes out,
like, pulling over on the side of the road, pulling into, like, a Target's parking space where I can just sit there for 15 minutes, like, gathering my thoughts, like, bawling, like, getting my, you know, like, nobody actually sees that.
I think that this new generation, the Gen Z, is actually really bringing light to, you know, mental health and, but me personally, like, I'm a very private person when it comes to, like, my feelings and the way that I, like, process things. But I feel like Gen Z people, like, would Haley be considered a Gen Zer? I don't know.
What year were you born in?
See, that's the thing. I feel like...
What year were you born in?
What do you mean? What year?
98.
Oh, so she's technically
I'm technically...
She's at the cusp.
Yeah, I'm the cusp.
She's a cusper, for sure.
Okay. Well...
But that's the difference. I have made myself...
What I was going to say...
I've molded into...
What I was millennial. And she was like, I want to be a millennial so bad. Millennials are so cool. That's what she's saying.
Right.
Because we really fucking are.
Yeah, don't put me on the Gen Z map.
But what I was going to say is that I really think that the Gen Zer obviously has, you know, TikTok, Instagram. They've, like, molded into this, like...
They've used the platform
into society. Yeah. Exactly. Like, if they're going through something, they're being real and they're being, like, they're crying and they're filming themselves.
Erin and I talk about this. They're like, how do they just, like, sit there and, like, film themselves crying? Like, I can't do that.
I'm like, I can't even look at the mirror. When I look at myself crying, I'm like, you better suck it up, you're being a fucking bitch.
No, That's
what I tell myself. And then I'm looking at myself, I'm like, yeah, you are being a bitch. Like, you need to get your shit together. And then you just, like, look at yourself, you cry one more tear, and then you're like, okay. And then you're good.
Wow, no, that's not. I look at myself in the mirror and I start sobbing all over again. Yes.
No, I can't look. I will cry in the shower I can't just look at myself and cry.
I can cry in the shower for, like, hours, if possible.
I mean, that's the best. You can't even tell what's a tear and what's a water drop.
Exactly. That's why I do it.
Like, am I actually even sad? Or is the shower really just crying for me? Okay, so there you go. That's why we're talking about this. I'm going to ask you your first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm ready.
I think you are. This is going to be an easy question. Okay, how did you end up in Texas?
Oh, wow.
You just sound like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, that could be, like, short or long.
Okay, well, do a short... Because we have multiple questions.
Okay. So short version. So I ended up in Texas. Yeah, because I'm born and raised in North Carolina. Yeah. I mean, like,
I know you really want us to have the same response as you, but we're Texas raised.
I
so
know,
we're like,
it's crazy. But, like, what do you think? I mean, when I think about North Carolina, like, I just think about Darius Rucker singing in my head. Like, rock me, mama.
Okay, short version.
And so... I got on, so
I the Cliff Notes.
I had spent a couple of years in the Appalachian, 4 hours west of where I had grown up. And after COVID, I had moved back to Eastern North Carolina where I grew up. And I'd got an apartment, like, kind of gotten settled, like, close to my family again. And I got on Bumble. And the first guy that popped up there
Literally the best luck in the world, this one.
I know.
Yeah, he popped up, and I was like, wow, like, this will never happen. This will never happen, you know, because I was just like, oh my gosh, like, he's so handsome. Like, I mean, out of everyone I'd been with before, like, if you look back, it's like, wow, like, I could have done so much better, you know? And so then when...
I think we all feel like that.
Yeah.
Like, my first high school boyfriend, I'm like,
yeah.
what the fuck were you thinking?
And then when I looked at him and I was swiping right, I was like, there's no way. Like, I mean, but it's worth a shot. And it said he had graduated, he had a degree, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, finally somebody that's smart. And it was a match right away. And I messaged.
It's like, remember, boom, match. Remember
Oh, yeah, because Bumble would do like, boom, you got a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she never had to fucking swipe again.
I messaged him first.
End of story.
Yeah.
The end.
Pretty much, yeah. So we went to dinner the next day, and we were sitting there.
How did he ask you to dinner? Like, on Bumble, because maybe I need to, take action from the Haley book.
Yeah, because
you
have to talk to him first, so how did you...
Yeah, what was your pickup line?
What was your line?
So that was the thing. I didn't think about it too hard.
Of course you didn't.
I messaged him and said, that was the thing. Like, when I saw him, I was like, and I mean,
What did you say?
I'm not that attracted to people. That's the thing. So when I saw him, I was like, I'm going to go for it.
What did you say?
Where have you been my whole life?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I'm using that next time, and I'm going to maybe find my future...
And he replied and said, looking for you.
Stop. Oh, my God.
I literally hate that, but I also love it so much.
Yeah, so the next day I said, let's meet here at 4:00 tomorrow. He said, okay.
You set the date? You set the date and the time? Damn.
Well, I don't have the balls.
I've heard since then he thought about, like, not showing up. But, yeah, he thought about not showing up. He was like, what? But he was like, no, I got to do it. Like, same thing in my head. Like, just like, I don't know. Don't want to, so from a guy's standpoint, like, he was thinking, like, wow, like, she's really
hot.
Yeah, she's really wanting it.
Yeah, and so he was like, I don't know.
What a fucking creeper.
Yeah. He showed up, and he's sitting down telling me about this job in Dallas he had just applied for, and I was like, wow, thanks a lot for the conversation. Wasting
my damn time.
And then less than a month later, we're in Dallas.
Less than a month later? Wow.
Yeah, he got the call back to the job, and we were in the back of an Uber, and I was crying, and then he was like, well, why are you crying? Like, you're going to come, right? And I mean, I got this job, and I got this place to stay, and I just moved back with my family, and my Southern Baptist grandma, like, sitting down with her, telling her that I'm moving 1,200 miles away with the guy I met on Bumble. Like, y'all can only imagine, like, how that conversation. And she's crying. And I mean,
you're crying.
Everyone's crying.
Yeah.
I would be crying, too, if I was there.
But this is so beautiful.
Yeah, we found out.
Why can't this happen to me?
Yeah, we found out not long after that, like, we had to... we found out not long after that he could work from home. He could work in North Carolina, and we never had to move. But
after you had already moved.
After we had already told everybody. Oh. And so we could have said, we're not going. We could have, but at that point, we had already told everybody, and everyone was pissed and like, you're gonna move to Texas with a guy you just met on Bumble? So I was like, hell yeah, I am.
Yeah, fuck everybody. This is my life.
And we got a U-Haul, went and drove cross country, and we've been here ever since.
We've gained a new Texan.
Yeah, 2
new Texans.
Yeah.
Well, 10. But they're cats.
Oh, true. Good job. Good math.
Hey, no. 4 were already born Texans.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
She
true.
found, yeah.
That's the thing. I found 4. Yep, I found 4. 2 I brought from North Carolina were mine.
4 came from North Carolina. Yeah. 4 were our natives.
Oh, okay.
Our natives.
They actually brought them in. They accepted them.
Next question.
Okay. So the cats took you in. That was very nice of them. You should thank them on the daily basis.
I do. I love them.
She's the mayor of the town, so.
Yeah, that's very true. And she buys $40 cat litter for them, so they're probably very thankful for you. Otherwise, they have to pee outside. And
right.
Dogs do that, so they don't want to do that.
They have a good life.
Okay, so that's the story of how Haley got here, and now we're friends, and we're glad you're here. So don't ever move away, please.
Yeah.
And if you do, just take us with you.
I've never been to North Carolina.
Me neither. Do you want to ask one of your questions?
I'll ask one of mine. Okay. My questions are all over the place. But what is the biggest difference you found, like, in Southern food, like Texas versus North Carolina?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one. Now, okay.
Okay.
Everything. So, yeah, like, first off, Texans don't know how to eat. That's the one thing.
What do you mean?
That's the one thing that I
We eat with our hands.
No. Y'all know how to eat. You know.
Physically.
Yeah. With a fork. But, like, okay. Breakfast tacos, that was not, like, ever a thing where I was from. Besides.
But do you know that we're on, like, the border of Mexico? So Mexico eats tacos. Mexicans eat tacos.
Mexican cuisine is very common in Texas.
Yeah, because we literally border Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the tacos thing and the tequila thing and the...
It all makes sense.
Yeah, the Tito's thing.
Okay.
And the,
You're like, okay, well.
yeah, I mean...
Explanation solved.
But, like, okay, so Southern food. So pulled pork is barbecue. And we'd have a side of fried chicken with green beans and boiled potatoes and hush puppies and Brunswick stew. Yeah. And we'd have hush puppies and sweet tea with sweet tea. Like, you know, that was it.
I feel like we have that here.
No, y'all have.
No, like our version.
What
you said
I've
barbecue,
heard.
right?
Yeah, so barbecue equals pulled pork.
No,
But
we have multiple.
To Texans, it means anything that's on the grill. But that's not barbecue.
No.
That's barbecued.
No.
Like, that's
No.
when
No.
y'all
No.
have brisket. That's not barbecue. That's barbecued brisket on the grill.
It's the fucking same thing.
It's not. No, it's...
Now we know why you want her book me published. It's barbecue, not barbecued.
Apostrophe D. No. It's barbecue.
Yeah,
gosh.
so that's one thing.
Okay, so what's wrong with the pulled pork? That's like the best fucking thing. And you put it on a sandwich with barbecue sauce on it?
Because y'all's pulled pork is brisket.
No, it's not.
No, you can
You have
ask
gone
for-
to the wrong
Yeah,
places.
where are you
I've
eating
gone
at?
to
Where?
the Dice place.
The what?
The what?
You know, the one right on the side of the highway.
Okay, well that's where you fucking have gone wrong.
Hard Rock.
No. No, you've gone to the wrong places.
You mean
bro.
Hard 8?
Hard Rock Cafe. Like the fucking guitar.
Oh god.
No, Hard 8 is like a very
It's more of like
chain.
a-
It's
yeah.
like a chain restaurant.
And it's more of like a smoker.
Okay,
like,
so the
That's
other
the smokehouse.
okay,
Yeah.
so the other night I went to Delta Blues,
Don't know what that
I
is.
feel like that sounds familiar.
and they had barbecue, but the barbecue was
Don't put quotes around it.
turkey, chicken, Italian sausage, brisket.
Okay, well that's not. Once you
Like
hear,
it was everything.
I mean,
But
you
if
can be
you
a
do-
barbecue place and serve other things.
Yeah.
No, you serve barbecue pulled pork.
Okay,
That's
what-
it. With fried chicken on the side.
With. I love that the fried chicken is
It's on
on
the
the
side.
side.
It is a side.
So we don't know. I feel like North Carolina doesn't know how to eat.
But
This is why I think America is obese, because we have pulled
Fried
pork
chicken on the
and then
side.
fried chicken on the side with also probably 2 extra sides and also French
Like
fries.
cornbread.
Right,
and
yeah.
hush
You have
puppies.
hush puppies.
So the
You
hush
have-
puppies here are like more of a.
Yeah, I ain't seen any.
I've seen some.
We have hush puppies.
We do, but they're found more at like seafood spots.
See, when I
Like-
see food, I eat it.
What?
You know, that's my dad's favorite diet. Or, oh god, I just gave the fucking
You
joke
messed it
away.
away. I think you messed it away. You gave it
I
away.
was like, that's my dad's favorite joke. He's like, yeah, I'm on.
It's all seafood diet. When I see food, I eat it.
Yeah.
I know,
got it.
that's my dad's joke.
Our
But
dads would get along
I
probably.
I like my granddaddy, my dad's dad is allergic to shrimp. And the past 2 times that I've eaten shrimp, I've gotten sick. So I actually might think that I might not be on an all seafood diet because I mean, just like TBH, like I used to be, because I really love seafood.
You did not just say, okay, this is how I know that you're a Gen Zer, because you just said TBH, which
millennials, no.
means to be honest.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know what TBH means, so everybody's on the same playing field, because I know we have some older listeners that might not know what that means.
What?
I want to be a millennial so bad.
TBH.
Okay, so the barbecue's not up to par?
Yeah, that's the thing, like, there's no...
So that's it, everything else is okay?
No, there's no... There's no diners. There's no diners.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
You haven't...
There's no...
Have you been Googling diners?
There's no good roll up, get a good ass cheeseburger restaurant.
Been to Sonic?
Where have you been?
Sonic. I mean, I've had Sonic, and that's where you go and get the foot-long hot dog. That's it.
You're ordering the wrong thing.
Well, she's wanting like a mom and pop.
Yeah, you want it. Like, we had Andy's cheeseburgers, which is now Highway 55. But anyone that grew
you're
up...
also going places with somebody that hasn't ever lived in Texas before. You're going with your boyfriend from North Carolina who doesn't know any. You guys are just looking at places that you don't have any experience going anywhere.
So last night I went to
experience people that have lived here their whole lives.
Okay, and so last night I went to this place called it's down the street. Yeah, do you want me to
What's
say
it called? Yes.
Okay, Hiken. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Hikinen.
No idea.
Hikinen. I don't know. But it's an authentic Japanese restaurant. It's beside Crumble.
No.
What? Anyway, and so I went there, and I mean, I couldn't read the menu. So that was scary.
Well, you're going to Japanese places. Like, there are places that, you might not be able to.
So that was, like, fair to Midland. But, like, I wouldn't go... I mean, but it was good for authentic Japanese. But I just want to go somewhere...
Have you been to Japan?
But I just want to go somewhere where I can get, like I said, roll up. Hey, I want a double cheeseburger with
like
chili, mustard, ketchup, pickle.
You're getting
grilled
chili
mushrooms.
on your burger?
Yeah, coleslaw. I want the whole nine. It's called Carolina style.
Hey, well, you might need to drive back to Carolina because we don't have Carolina in Texas.
I need to go get a tissue, guys.
Where would y'all go get a good
burger?
Honestly, I'm not a huge...
Besides Sonic.
Honestly,
that's
I don't know
why... That's not a chain. That's what I'm saying. There's nowhere that's not a chain.
Well, I honestly don't.
I sound like a Dallas hater right now, but
really
anyone in Dallas out there that knows not a chain for a good burger, holler at me.
I know one. I can't think of the name of it, but I'll let you know afterwards.
I'll give you a list.
Yeah,
but you might have to drive out.
I know of a really good burger place in Mansfield, and I am not a really big burger person. Like, I don't ever really order a burger.
And see, that's the thing. I can't eat a whole lot of red meat or I'll get sick. But there are...
Then why the fuck are you complaining about a burger? Okay.
There are some Saturdays where I wake up and I'm like, damn, I really want a burger. I need a burger. And like, I want to go somewhere that ain't motherfucking Sonic. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I don't know why I said Sonic, because Sonic doesn't have good burgers. Like, the only reason why I go to Sonic... Well, because you said roll up, and that's why I said Sonic. Really, the only reason I go to Sonic is for their happy hour Route 44 drinks and their mozzarella sticks. Like,
yeah, the mozzarella sticks really
drinks are the best.
Yeah. And
although I can't finish one nowadays.
Oh my gosh, you've got me say that. I just said diff instead of different. The mozzarella sticks are
I got you to say diff? I don't think so. I don't think so, babe.
I just called myself saying it.
I think that you made yourself say that because I don't hyphenate words or shorten words. That's a Gen Z thing, I think. Okay, so now that we know... First of all, I apologize for saying that Sonic has good burgers. I don't necessarily think that's true. You said drive up, so I associated Sonic with drive up.
I actually I said roll up. See, I meant to say pull up because that's what the baby says, and he's from
who?
North Carolina. The baby. So I have to represent. You know, I pull up like how you pull up, like you know.
No.
Okay. I have no idea.
I'm going to start, just pull up.
Like I do that every time.
Okay. I will let you know that for fast food reference, my dad says that Brahms.
I haven't eaten there yet.
Brahms has good burgers.
Yeah, they do.
I've never eaten one there before because I picture Brahms as an ice cream place solely in my brain as a kid.
They do have a diner feel, though.
They do. It is a very diner feel. But in my brain, it's just ice cream. I've never ordered food there. But there's even a little market. They've got a market. They've got food. They've got ice cream. They've got it all. And Brahms Brahms would be a good start.
Yeah, you should try. I've had their burgers. They're good. They're not bad.
My dad would say that yes, he would be proud of me for recommending that.
Nice. Okay.
Because I've never had one, but he recommends it.
Definitely
and every time,
a step up from Sonic.
Well, yeah, and I apologize for saying Sonic. I never meant to say Sonic has good burgers. So
well, that's the thing. That proved my point. Because I was looking for a local Dallas restaurant with good burgers, and she replied and said,
"No, I was responding to the roll up part because you can roll up to Sonic and press a button and order.
Yeah,
that's what I was referring to. The roll up part.
Yeah,
I forgot. My mind went blank whenever you said roll up. I was like Sonic roll up. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just move on from this conversation because I feel like we've talked about burgers and roll-ups so much that I don't even know where to go from here. Let's see. I feel like it's so dark. I need my fucking reading glasses. I'm just kidding. I don't have reading glasses.
I do right here. You need help.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh, wow.
Or, like, what's your favorite compliment to receive?
You're so successful for your age.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's my favorite every time. And I just got this on last week. Well, no, it's still this week. It's Sunday.
Oh my God, it was
This is my favorite to get every single time. Like, in my whole life, this is my favorite compliment to get. My first time ever receiving it was last Thursday. Today is Sunday. 4 days have passed.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, but...
Oh, God.
To, you know...
Okay, before Thursday, what's your favorite compliment to receive?
But I've gotten that for so long. Because...
You just said it. That was the first time you've ever received it.
No. Oh, no.
This year.
Oh,
yeah,
that day. That Thursday. That was the first time you received it that day.
You said what is your favorite compliment you have received?
Yeah.
That's my favorite compliment.
That you've ever gotten.
But I've gotten it from multiple people at different times.
Oh, well,
you're so successful for your age.
The last time that you received it was last week.
Was on Thursday. I went to dinner with a friend.
Okay, that makes more
sense.
And
I gave her my full story about how I started at 19. I was an entrepreneur. And her response was, wow, you're so successful for your age. Yeah. But I got that same response from people back when I was 19 and I had just gotten into real estate.
Yeah.
That was
You made it seem like that was your favorite, but you just received it
like you just heard it for the first time last week.
That was
no.
That's why we were laughing our heads off.
Oh, see, I still am not even understanding. No.
It's okay.
We'll
just, put it past.
But I went and sat down with her and I gave her my whole spiel. And it felt really good for her to tell me that because she was, 4 years older than me. So
such a fucking old
wow.
Witch.
Yeah, so for someone that has even had 1 more year of experience, 2 more years of experience, 40 more years of experience than me, 50, and then for them to turn around and say, like, you're so successful for your age, like, it's just, that makes me feel really good because there's friends that I've met that are, 55, and when they say that, it's like stuff that I'm doing now, they didn't start doing until they were 35. So, but there's some days that I wake up that it's like, I don't know if I'm on the right track or if I'm doing the right thing. I feel like I'm behind. And then when I have them, say stuff like that, like, wow, you really are successful for this age because, like, I'm still just trying to get started, or this is what I really need your help with, or
trying
this
to figure
is
it out.
Yeah, this is what I'm struggling with. That's my favorite compliment, because I'm like, wow, like there are some days where, yeah, like I just said, I don't even want to like get out of bed.
Yeah.
But then there's other people that are like seeing my successes as a way for them to help, motivate them.
Yeah. Wow, your compliment is way more motivating than mine. What's your favorite, Louisa?
You go first.
Okay, well, mine is when people tell me that I smell good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it had to be that simple. I mean, if that was the case, your eyes are beautiful.
I mean, yeah, you do have beautiful eyes.
You do have pretty eyes.
But when people tell me that I smell good, I'm like, oh, yes, I know. Like, it just really, like, makes me feel, I don't know, like I'm doing something good. And I just have a natural...
I'm cleaning myself real good.
Like, I have a naturally good smell, but I mean, I wear perfume when I go out, and like, I don't know. It just
but you
makes
have
me feel...
been home for a couple of days.
I mean, yeah, I haven't showered in a while.
Yeah.
Do I smell good? I mean, you're smelling me.
Yeah.
You hesitated. I'm just kidding. But no, that's like my favorite like when I'm out, like that's my favorite compliment to get.
That's a good one.
I didn't realize that we were when I wrote that, I was like thinking of what mine was. And then you just like took it to a whole nother level. I'm like, shit, well, geez, same. Me too.
I have to say mine is when people compliment my hair.
Oh, wow.
Just because I've struggled.
Y'all really kept it generic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like yours is really good.
Yours is really good.
I need to step up my game, I think.
I need to pay attention to what people tell me.
I mean, you're like, I fucking know. Jeez, I'm fucking bomb. I'm fucking kill that shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah.
Get it.
Okay, Louisa, your turn.
Okay, my turn. What is something you would tell your younger self now? Like 19-year-old you.
Oh my gosh. I know that sounds so cliche, but it gets better.
Yeah. It does.
It really fucking does.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I mean, younger self. I remember... Okay, so the first memory that just popped in my head. So I remember I was in 4th grade, and I was in elementary school, obviously. And we had a like late night slumber party at the elementary school. Mm-hmm. So you could dress up and your parents would drop you off, and it was during like daylight savings time, so it would get dark earlier, but they would have to pick you up at like 8, but it would still be dark outside. And I mean, if you're in the 4th grade, like that was late.
Big deal.
You know, yeah. Oh, I can stay out till 8. So I remember like going there and I getting dropped off, and I was wearing these SpongeBob pajamas, and I went into my 4th grade classroom, and we were making these out of paper, but it was like secretive boxes where you could take off the top and you could put like quarters in or anything you wanted to like hide, but it was made out of paper, and I thought that was so cool. You know the word origami? Like origami, yeah. And so we did that, whatever, and then I guess that weekend I was supposed to go to my dad's house, and my parents were separated. So my dad came to check me out from this night on a Friday night to go with him for the weekend. And, like, I got a call to the front. Hey, Haley, you need to come to the front or whatever. And my mom had checked me out. But, like, after all that, I was supposed to leave with my dad. And I had to walk out with my mom. And my dad was out in front with me. So then, like, she had to check me out. And then I had to get in the car with my dad. It was just a lot. And, like, at the time, like, even today, like, it just, like, makes my feelings upset, because there were so many times like that, going to ball games or doing this or sporting events in elementary school to a 4th grader, and not even knowing, like, what parent is going to pick you up, I mean, from that night, versus, like, I was one of the last people to get picked up, but the kids that I was with, like, I was the only one, like, that didn't have, like, their mom and dad didn't come together, or they knew mom was going to pick me up so then they could go back home and dad would be there, or dad was going to pick them up so then they could go back home and mom would be there. Like, dad came to get me, but then they were like, no, you can't live with him because he's not a, special parent. Like, that's your mom, you live with her. So then she had to come check me out just so I could leave with him. And all this is just like, I mean, once all this happens, back on Monday, all the same kids is like, that's been watching you, like, you know, in the 4th grade, like, kids just have a lot of questions. And it's just, at the time, even now, it still bothers me, or I still remember it, because it's like, I don't know, or how to tell people at the T-ball game, like, yeah, I showed up with my mom, but I'm leaving with my dad. And it's just like, I come back to say, like, what I would tell my younger self is it gets better, because it's like, now, like, when people ask, like, are your parents together? I'm just like, no, like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. But growing up, like, in elementary school and middle school and high school, it always mattered, because I always had to know, well, who's going to pick me up to this event? Who's going to drop me off at this sporting event? I have to make sure that it's okay with my mom if my dad picks me up from this football game, or, you know, I get out at 12:30 on exam day, so I have to have a special note that my dad's going to get me early, or I had to sit there in the gym for, you know, an extra hour past after everyone left, because like, I was the only one that didn't have a parent that signed the special, like, permission slip that I could leave early. And so even then, like, just thinking about it in high school, like, that was embarrassing, like, being around all of my classmates, and they could, you know, they could check out early, or they could leave early, and their parents signed the permission slip on time. You know, just even stuff like that. Like, it's like, why couldn't, you know, why did I have to ask my mom to buy my school portraits? You know, like, why did I have to do that? Like, why couldn't she have, you know, got them out of my book bag or whatever? You know, and so it's little stuff like that. It's like, it gets better, but there were so many things back in the day, like, in elementary school, that I was like, wow, like, this is really embarrassing. And now,
I think as a kid, everything is embarrassing. Right. And as you get older, you realize that those things don't matter.
Right. I think, I agree with that.
Those other kids that you think are judging you so hard are literally probably going through something similar, or...
I don't think it's, like, the judging. I think it's, like, you are at home and, like, that is your normal, and you go to school and you're like, wait, like...
They have a different normal.
Exactly.
Well,
and so everyone...
has a different normal, but I think a lot of people... Like, they're either going through something similar, or, you know, they're just asking questions. And, like, as a kid, obviously, like, you're not aware of how the way that you say something can affect somebody else. So they're just, like, asking questions to just be known, like, for it to be known to them, not necessarily taking into account, like, oh, maybe, like, you're hurting and I should, like, kind of tiptoe around it, I guess. I mean, for myself, like, I grew up, my parents never got married, so I was born into a split situation. So, I mean, it was very similar. It was my norm. So I accommodated to it.
Right, like, I was used to having 2 Christmases or 2 Thanksgivings or whatever. And so I think, fast forward, and, like, here, since I've been in Texas, like, I only went to one person's Thanksgiving and, you know, whatever, and that was it. And so I was like, wow, like, this is so new to me, even at 23 years old. Like, I have an experience where I haven't had to drive around from one kitchen to another kitchen to another kitchen all on the same day for brunch, lunch, dinner, whatever. But yeah, essentially,
I still do that.
Yeah, that's what I would tell my younger self. Like, it gets better, because at the time, like, that night, I remember leaving getting into my dad's car, like, crying my eyes out, like, on Monday I'm gonna have to deal with all these people. I got called out of class. Like, I have to tell them, like, it's okay that I can leave with my dad. You know, whereas now it's like, yeah, the kids that I was worried about or I was hurting about, like,
don't matter at all.
Right. Essentially, but also at the same time, now when like, I'm close to, like, my parents are still there, like, you know, I talk to them, not on a daily basis, but, like, I know if I need to pick up the phone and call them.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, that's the thing, like, maybe I can't say the same about the people that had parents that were married. You know, that's the thing. And so I think in my head, it's like I had a picture of my younger self, like, you have to have two parents, they have to be married.
I think that's like society.
Yeah, the perfect picture. And I think that's what I would tell myself. Like, it gets better. So now I'm trying to like work myself up to do this perfect.
It's like this box that like
I want to get married. Like, I want to be able to pick my kids up. But it's like, it doesn't matter.
You realize that as you grow up, society has, this is what it should be. This is like what the perfect life would be like. You grow up, you have the perfect family, you have like a rule book. Yeah. And then obviously like nobody's life is seamless. Nobody's life is perfect. And so when shit happens, it's like, oh, well, I'm not fitting into society's needs. Like, I must be the problem. Mm-hmm. And that's when insecurities and like self-doubt come in, and people like
withdraw,
and people think that other people are judging them when nobody. I don't even think that like on social media, yes, but in real life, like, I don't really think that people are judging other people. I think that that's all in our heads,
right?
And that's something that society has really driven us to believe, because I really, like, when I see people on the street, like, I want the best for them. Like, I do. And I'm like, too. I don't know your background. I don't know what path you've gone. Everyone has gone a different way.
Yeah.
And it honestly is, that could be I could derail and go on another path, and we could have a whole nother podcast about it. But I think that we as humans really need to take a step back and really appreciate that we are here, and we all have each other, and we're all going through struggles. We all can lean on each other if we need to. And I don't think that we take advantage of that enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really think that everyone should just be kind to each other.
I agree. I think that that's a lot of what the problem
growing up. But I feel like that's a lot of what you realize as you grow. Like,
but
I hate to say that I'm older than you, but I am.
Right.
And I have experienced a lot of things. I think you've experienced a lot of things that I haven't, obviously. That puts you in, I think, more of a maturity level.
And that's the thing, though, like, going back to my age, when I had to say, like, how old I am, when I meet other people,
you don't feel like
you
it.
Don't.
Yeah.
Right. When I meet other people that are like, I'm 23, I'm like, you know, like, you're not somebody I want to put on my friends list. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I
feel the same way.
When I was 23, I was living in Midland by myself. Like, I had a career, I was doing things, but, like, when I think about it, I don't know, I feel like I was, not immature, but, like, just hadn't experienced a whole lot. Like, I don't know, just living your life is what gives you experiences. Yeah. And I think taking chances and moving to Dallas, like, when you don't have anywhere else to turn, it's literally like, why not? Like, whenever an experience or an opportunity arises, it's like, why the hell not? Like, why would I turn something down that could better my life or make me understand something more and put me in a better position later on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the response that I've gotten so many times. Like, even, like, at 19, like, I moved away from my family, and I moved about, 4 hours west, and, did my own thing for a couple of years, and I think, like, my family then was like, why are you gonna move away? Like, we're all right here, and my friends were like, doing this and that and whatever, but, like, had I not done it at the time, like, I wouldn't have gotten that experience, and nobody wanted to believe, like, oh, it's not gonna work out, and you're not gonna like it, and blah blah blah. And
but also, you have to experience that yourself,
right?
Like,
that's the thing.
You
like,
have to put
I might love it. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and that's also with relationships. Like, relationships are super hard in general, and then putting yourself into something is like, I have to be heartbroken myself to see that I deserve better. Mm-hmm. You can hear the hate from everybody else. Right. Be like, he's terrible, he sucks, he's the worst, whatever. Yeah. Like, from your family, your friends, whoever, people that you trust most, who you should trust most.
Yeah.
And as you grow older, it's like, okay, well, if my friends don't like you, like, you're not going to fucking fit in.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing, though. Like, I feel like I've had so many toxic exes where I feel like my family or friends could have jumped in and they didn't.
Then maybe you need a new
reevaluate, yeah.
You need to reevaluate your circle at that point. Because true friends and true family, because just because people are blood related, that does not mean that they're family. It doesn't. Louisa can attest to that.
That's a whole other episode for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure. Yeah.
Like, I think I was your age when I realized that the people that are around you, like, either make or break you.
Right.
And I had to cut a lot of people.
That's the thing.
I've cut family. Snip. And it's hard at the beginning, but once you're like, I don't need this. Yeah. You're wasting my time. I have so much stress. I have anxiety. Goodbye. And then it's like,
your energy is like embraced.
And you feel so much better.
Yeah. And that's what I've noticed. And I hadn't noticed it until moving here. But that's a completely different that's a completely different ball game. But now I don't feel so bad being like snip or I don't need you, or you aren't doing what's best for me, or you are not helping my my mental health. I feel like that is like a whole other door that is open being here versus being in a place where people are so closed off and so closed-minded. Like, growing
sometimes
up in an area.
Being out of that environment to realize, like, oh.
Okay, that's just like yesterday I got a text. Sorry to cut you out. Yesterday I got a text that was like, hey, what's going on with this girl? Apparently all over Facebook, people that I know, this girl's blowing up, she's on GoFundMe, like she's sick, whatever. And so I got this text that's like, what's going on with her? Yeah. And that was my response. Like, is she okay? Like, I don't know, because I'm 1,200 miles away. I'm running a business that I'm so sorry, but it does not consume me to know
other people's
other people's business. Yes. Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, where in the rural town that I grew up, if she's like got cheated on by her husband, that's the topic of the next 3 months,
Yeah.
And that's the text that I got yesterday, just like, what's going on? I don't know, because there's so many people here.
Don't know,
right?
And I also don't care,
right?
Like,
that's
as much
difference.
as it is a bitch of me to say I don't care, but it's like, it doesn't do me any good to care,
right?
And I think that's something as you get older, and I feel like both of you guys are
very
wise for your age.
Thank you,
both of you. Because I feel like you guys are both 29, just like me.
29 and 5.
You're going to be turning 30 this year, so just get ready.
Okay.
But I feel
30, flirty, and thriving.
Yes. We'll be celebrating, don't you worry. But I think that that's something that you learn with age, is that literally nobody in life is going to be pushing for you as hard as you're pushing for yourself. And the people around you are a really huge impact on how you succeed and how you live your everyday life. Like, you really have to limit your time with the people that bring you down. And if they are really making you suffer, then there's no point in even having their energy around you. Like, why?
Yeah.
So everyone that you have in your life that isn't bringing you positive, energetic, positivity, like, why even have them?
Right. It's kind of like Buddha.
Yeah.
Walk the plank.
It's like, exactly. Walk the fucking plank. You don't belong on my ship anymore.
Yeah.
And you can't feel bad about it. Like,
that's how I feel, because how I feel is I always feel bad about it, but then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, you know what? This ship is sailing. Sailing. You know, and it's like, if you aren't going where I'm going in this direction, which is forward.
Which is fine.
Get off. Right, that's fine. Like, if you want to, you can either stay back on the island or you can walk the plank in the middle of the ocean, wherever you are. Yeah, it's like, every person is on a different island or on a different wavelength in their life.
Like, to me, to think that, like, everyone, and this is with the path that I was kind of going down earlier, but, like, everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own path. Everyone everyone has a different destination that they're going.
Destination.
And it's literally, like, if you think about it, it's so, like, mind-boggling that you're, like, it's just, like, way bigger than your mind can even, like, think about. Which I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, like, I can't grasp it. But I'm the same way. Like, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, this person that might have jumped off my ship, like, I might not even hear from them for... Okay, here's an example. Okay, so here's
We're talking analogies and shit.
Yes, so here's my ship. So I set sail after I graduated high school. Let's just say that. And I've been here, there, everywhere. But when this ship was on the bank, you know, I was on Tinder and I was doing all this. I was a senior in high school. Let's just go back.
You were on Tinder in high school?
Okay, yeah. Well, this was right when it became a thing, you know, and like.
Yeah,
that's worrisome.
Right, yeah, okay, we
what
get that.
What are teenagers doing on Tinder?
Yeah, I thought most of my
really
friends weren't either. That's what, it was. My mom was up there and she was like, hey, you got to try out this app.
What?
Yeah.
No, your mom was not.
Yeah, she was. I swear. You can ask her. Get her up here.
Where my mom was like, you better not be on that app.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I tell my mom, like, I met a guy online and she's like, what?
Is that safe?
That was
Are you
safe.
sure that's safe? It's like, Mom, I'm not gonna bump into a guy at a grocery store like our plan, okay? Like, it's just not
this is not Sleepless in Seattle, Mom.
Not gonna fucking happen.
Right?
Like, it's just not gonna.
Yeah, my mom told me, she was like, I'm about to go out with this guy. And I was like, from where? And she was like, this dating app. I was like, okay, let me download it. So next thing you know, I was like meeting up with guys that were in college. And I was a senior in high school or whatever.
Oh, I mean, I was doing that, but I wasn't on a dating app. I was like going to college parties when I was in high school, but I was not on a dating app.
I mean, that's different because your way was more like organic. And
we at least knew one person at the college party. Like, I remember, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I remember this one college party that I was at. I was probably 16. And we were at this college guy's house in Denton. And the cops somehow got called.
I know this story.
Like, we're all... So, the cops are banging on the door. Everyone's like, shh. Everyone be quiet. Shh. Because, it's like, just act like nobody's here. It's like we were all just having a party 2 seconds ago, but turn down the music. So I was like walking up the stairs to go hide up in the second story, and this guy, I think is the owner of the house or whoever was renting the house or whatever. He was like, how old are you? And I was like, 16. He was like, what the fuck is a 16-year-old doing here? And I was like, I don't know. I was just invited. I don't know. He was probably like 22 at the time. Yeah. He was like, he could have gotten in a lot of fucking trouble, but just don't open. Guys, just don't open the door. The cops can't like bust in, like, unless they have like unless they have like intent. But they really didn't.
Or a warrant, yeah.
Or a warrant, but they didn't. They just had like a noise complaint, and we just like all quieted down for like an hour. And we were still like drinking, but we were whispering instead, and yeah. But yeah, he was real pissed that I was there. He was like, "What the fuck is a 16-year-old?" I can like picture his face was like turning bright red, and he was like,
oh, no.
We were on the stairs, and I was like, "I'm just gonna like go upstairs and like hang out with my friends." Like, yeah, I was like, I don't fucking know. I was invited here, man. Just got my license.
See, and I think about that now. Like, I was at parties at like 17. You know,
I'm here now.
I wasn't. I didn't go to many because I know my mom would be super pissed. But
so would mine.
The ones that she knew about that I went to, like
You told your mom and went to parties?
We were tight. Yeah, we were tight.
Yeah, we could tell.
That's true.
She suggested Tinder.
The Tinder, yeah, the Tinder.
That's true.
So I'd be like, my mom would be like, "What are you up to tonight?" And so like this one night, it was right before I graduated high school. Like, it was like she was so strict until I was a senior. But right before I graduated, I was like, I think we're going to go out tonight. Like, we're going to go to the club, you know, whatever. And she'd be like, all right, like, holla if you need me. And that was it. But I didn't
What was the question? What was the original question that we asked?
Was it you or me?
I don't know.
I asked, what is something you would tell your younger self?
Yeah, that was what it was.
Oh, okay.
I think it led us to a long, dark path, I think. I think the moral of the story is that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah. Everything does get better.
everything's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Everything will be better.
Yeah, that was the cliche.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah, it does
It's not
get
cliche,
better.
it really does.
But it
really
does. It
better.
sounds really cheesy and like
Right, the cheesy,
whatever.
like
because I remember hearing that as a younger. They're like, it's gonna get better, and I'm being like
you
at my
don't fucking
darkest
know.
point and being like,
You've never been in my shoes.
being like,
You've never been.
no.
yeah, like you don't know what I go home to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the
That'd
thing.
be the thing. Like they're like, you have no idea what's going behind closed doors.
Right.
It's like you have no idea what I'm not telling anybody.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, even today, like, I mean, at work, coworkers, like, what are they going through on a daily basis? They don't know what I'm going through on a daily basis, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very like, oh, how was your weekend? Oh, it was great.
It was great.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, was it?
Was it? I feel like you're lying.
Yeah, like, did your husband cheat on you? I mean,
What?
be honest. But,
Be honest, John.
like,
I don't know why I said John when you said husband. Maybe John's gay.
John's gay.
Maybe.
Or-
I'm really, all I have to say is like, I'm really close to some of my coworkers, so they're like my therapists at work, so they know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Everything.
like you, too.
Yeah. I know.
But that's the thing, I've always wanted, like, an older sister.
So.
Me too.
Oh, you guys.
now I have two.
Oh, she can be your
I'm
older
the
sister.
youngest.
I'll be both of y'all's older sisters.
Okay.
I was like, she could be yours and I could be yours, but then that would also make me hers too. And then,
That's how it works in some families, Erin.
no, I know, but she gave you a hug, and I was like, you could be hers and I would be yours.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, but if I was yours, then I would also be hers as well.
Yeah.
And then you would just be my younger sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, now that we have the family dynamic situated.